Welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with FC Groningen. First of all, bit of good news. We've qualified for the next round of the Europa League. I'll show you why in a minute. Secondly, we are starting to climb the table a bit more now. Since the last episode, we haven't really gone too far in the future and we've only played 2 league games, but we've scored a lot of goals. First up was a match against Willem II, which ended 4-0 in our favour. Gonzalo Carneiro with a goal for us on 70 minutes. Gaston Pereiro. He's going to be called Gaston. I'm doing it now. There we go. So, Carneiro scored after 17. Gaston scored on the 28th minute. Then Marco Rusme in the 33rd and 51st minute, giving us a 4-0 victory. A very good 4-0 victory and 3 points in the league. In the Dutch Cup second round, we played against Sparta and it was a little bit of a struggle. This time it was a 2-1 victory. Gaston Alberto Seri with the goals for us. Michael Kramer with a goal for Sparta. We should have scored a lot more goals, but our strikers weren't on form and they picked up a lot of injuries. Next up was a thrilling encounter with Feyenoord. I say thrilling, we were actually 4-0 down at half-time. Yuri with 2 goals. Yassin Ayoub and Nicolas Freire, yes, that guy who we sold to Feyenoord, with the goals in the first half, making it 4-0 at half-time. In the second half, we end up... Actually, no, it wasn't 4-0 at half-time, it was 4-1, because Gonzalo Carneiro scored in the 46th minute of the first half. Second half, Alberto Seri and Edis Ibagruan get 2 more goals for us, but it was not enough. I was not happy with this performance. Defensively, we were appalling. Then, finally, in the Europa League, we played against Partizani once again, and this time it was a 3-0 victory. Edis Ibagruan, David Aguinaga and Ilar Popovski with the goals, which means we are through to the next round. Basically, us and Spartak Moscow have just ran away with this group. Spartak so far have played 4 and won 4. We've played 4 and won 3 and lost the game, so no team can now catch us with the 2 games left to play, which basically... I'm happy with, because it means we've gone through. I don't think we're going to go through top of the league unless we can beat Spartak, and we need to beat them comfortably. Today then, 2 matches in the Eredivisie, Roda JC up first and AZ Alkmaar. Let's take a look at the table where we are currently sat 7th place, 2 games in hand over a lot of teams around us. Roda JC up in 5th place, AZ Alkmaar in 4th place, so it's 2 teams above us in the table. We really could do with beating both of them. Because of the stupid flipping Europa League, we often seem to play later than everyone else, so we are now 3 games behind quite a lot of teams around us. We've dropped down to 8th place. It doesn't really make too much difference. If we win both games, which I'm hoping we manage to do, we're going to be sat on 22 points, which would put us in 4th place, potentially, although Feyenoord are also playing, so let's assume 5th place. The starting lineup we are going to go for today then. In goal is Christian Lassu, Constant Nabu, Ilar Popovic, Kasper Larsson and Kingsley Madu are the back 4. Josh Timman, you can see there, he's slightly injured. Josh Anoma will partner Janino Bakuna. Ballhalder is also slightly injured. Gaston is going to be playing as an inside forward on the right hand side, David Aguinaga as the inside forward on the left. Alberto Seri and Edis Ibagruan are going to be the 2 strikers today. And that is because Marco Rusme and Gonzalo Carneiro are both injured, although Rusme is a lot worse than Carneiro. He's out for 5 days to 3 weeks with a twisted ankle. Roda JC are one of those sides that I think they are performing better than expected at the moment, although the Dutch league is a really difficult league to try and gauge who's doing well and who's not, because there's a lot of sides that are essentially mid-table sides. And any one of them could suddenly just break through and actually be challenging for the title. Hopefully it's going to be us. Looking at the league table there, NAC is a prime example of this. Sat top of the table 13 games in, being chased by Ajax, but they've got no right to be there. 13 and a half minutes on the clock. Lassu's goal kick over the halfway line. Seri doesn't win the header. Rochuval runs forward, finds Emond. Emond across to Peters with lots of ease. Emond gets it back from Peters. Forward to Rochuval. Has a go. Terrible effort. He's always been a difficult customer whenever we play against these. Corner for Roda. Peters takes it. Anoma heads clear only as far as the corner taker Peters. Across Hardveld. Hardvelder, who I think is possibly a centre-back. Peters gets it back, tackled by Constant Nabu, and Gaston can now break free. I've made Gaston an inside forward because he wants to play football. Seri gets the ball. Aguinaga joins the attack, runs inside, crosses in. Ibergruen's there, and Edis Ibergruen on the counter-attack makes it 1-0. I still don't know how to say his name. I'm sticking with Ibergruen. I think we've kind of got lucky with that goal so far. 10 minutes left of the first half, and the only action we've really seen is that goal from Edis Ibergruen. I'm going to just stick out until half-time. Highlight just before half-time, Nabu's header. Gaston collects the ball forward to Ibergruen. Has a go outside the area. Kurto makes the save. It wasn't exactly an exciting effort, was it? Half-time, it's 1-0 to FC Groningen. I'd say we've been the better side, although possession-wise, Roda have got more of it. No changes at half-time. I don't really see the point. Kurto with a goal kick early on in the second half. Emond heads to Dyke. Peters holds up the ball, finds Dyke in the middle once again. Emond to Rochevaux in the area, crosses in. Peters is there, straight at the keeper, Lassou. Easy save. They probably should have scored from that chance. Jonathan, intercepted by Anoma, back to the keeper, Lassou, kicks it upfield. Ibergruen's hopefully going to win the header. He flicks it on to no one. Jonathan, or Jonathan, maybe? Kurto, the goalkeeper. Where are they going? Long upfield ball towards Emond. Popovsky wins a header. Van der Looy forward, though. Kingsley Madu with the ball. Bakuna. David Aguinaga. Josh Anoma. Ibergruen. It's not a great pass. Is that Ryan Donk? It is Ryan Donk. Dyke. Peters. Roda are passing it around, and every time we intercept it, we don't really do much with it. Aguinaga. Seri's ball over the top. Edis Ibergruen's running onto it. He's gonna hit it terribly wide. That was shocking. Alberto Seri has just taken a knock. We are going to bring on Amadou Keita. I've shown you him before. He's not a target man, although if we put him as a striker, he's kind of a target man. So that's kind of why we're doing it. He's also playing as a target man for the young FC Groningen and got 2 goals so far in 7 games. I've also brought on youngster Pavel Rezak, who he's come on for Josh Anoma, and I've swapped Bakuna and Rezak over. That's the only changes I'm going to do for now, although I'm worried that it's just 1 goal. Highlight for Roda. Yep, him. Danny Holler. I know Danny Holler because it's a good name. Dyke. Emond, loads of space. Danny Holler's in there. Lassou collects the deflection. Lassou's going to kick it out over the halfway line towards Keita. Chests it down forward to Ibergruen. Takes a few touches, runs inside the area, smashes it over the bar. Into the final 10 minutes, and it's looking like we might maybe concede a goal. Yes, we have. Kevin Dyke. You dick. Hopefully there is enough time for us to claw this back, although every time I try and click this and it doesn't seem to do anything. Final couple of minutes, we've gone attacking. Hopefully we're going to get something from it. Drost with the throw. Danny Holler doesn't get it. Keita into Aguinaga. It was not a good ball. Ryan Donk all the way back to Kurto. Kicks it upfield. Constant Nabu heads down. Gaston facing away from goal. Forward to Bakuna. Back to Rezak. Rezak all the way across to Kingsley Madu. Forward to Aguinaga. Can't control it. Madu gets it back though. Takes a touch. Crosses it in. Aguinaga heads to Bakuna. And Juninho Bakuna, with the goal in the 89th minute, has possibly stolen 3 points. Let's go defensive and let's concentrate, maybe. Highlight immediately following the goal. That's not good. Rochevaux, Drost. Dyke, the goal scorer for Roda. Nabu intercepts, you hero. Plays it forward to Gaston. Gaston to Ibergruen, runs onto it. Keita's there if he can find him. He does find him, and Keita hits it over the bar. Corner for Aguinaga. 30 seconds to play. Keita controls it in the area. He had all the time in the world, and now a counter-attack for Roda. They've got 3 players up there to R2. Rochevaux crosses in. Christian Lassou, go for it. Engels hits it just wide. They could and probably should have scored the equaliser there. In the end, though, it is a 2-1 victory. We got very lucky. Juninho Bakuna, the saviour of that game. That result then does mean we've moved back up into 7th place in the table. 2 games in hand over most teams around us. It's only really Feyenoord ahead that have the same amount of games in hand. Ajax obviously have a game in hand, but they're probably playing on Monday? They're not. They're not playing for a very long time. Why don't Ajax ever play a game? And now we've got to wait 12 days for the international break. I'll see you the other side of this black screen. This is really not good. So far, in this international break, Christian Lassu has fractured his wrist. Ilar Popovski's picked up a concussion. We are now without our wonder kid goalkeeper for 3 to 5 weeks. We've finally made it to the AZ Alkmaar game. It's taken a long time. There wasn't any more real injuries. There was a couple of minor ones, but they should all be healed up by now. The starting lineup we are going to go for at the Nordli Stadion against AZ Alkmaar. In goal, Isaac Becerra comes in for the fractured-wristed Christian Lassu. That's a very weird way of saying he has a fractured wrist. Constant Nabu, Juna Toivio, Kasper Larsson and Josh Timman are the back four. Josh Anoma and Gianfranco Bolhalder are the two central midfielders. David Aguinaga and Dino Hotic are on the wings today. Carniero and Edith Iberguren are the two strikers. Rusmir is very close to returning. I'm not sure. I mean, it was a foot injury. It was a twisted ankle. Do I risk him? Maybe late on. I have a feeling that this season, the top two sides get Champions League qualification, as opposed to previously where it was just the top one side or something like that. Or is it top three? I don't know. But definitely something's changed this season when it comes to qualifying for the Champions League in Europe and such. Or was it last year? It might have been last year, you know. Toivio with a free kick has a go. 4 minutes on the clock over the bar. I don't know why I've got Toivio taking free kicks, because he must be good at them, because I haven't really done anything with that. But surely I'd say an outfield player, someone who's not a centre-back would be a better option. Hotic to Josh Anoma. Josh Anoma, I feel like he can take a free kick. Bullhalder, Carniero, across Aguinaga. Carniero gets it back, takes a touch, plays Constant Nabu, and what a ball that was from Constant Nabu, and David Aguinaga at the back post. 9 minutes on the clock, 1-0 to FC Groningen, we're up to 6th. Throw on for AZ Alkmaar. Weghorst gets the ball into Wootens. These have got confusing names. Weghorst. Bodu across to Woutens again. Everyone begins with a W. Bodu crossed in. Weghorst. He's had another go. Wout Weghorst. What a confusing set of names they've got. It's 1-1. Highlights straight after the goal though. Bolhalder back to Larsson. Toivio forward. Josh Anoma. Bolhalder again. Aguinaga collects the ball in the middle. Anoma, a bit of space in front of him, runs into it, finds Carniero, finds Dino Hotic, does a spin, crossed in, Iberguren's there at the back post. Instant reply, 2-1 now, 15 minutes on the clock. Another highlight straight after the goal. Is it going to be 2-2? In very, very quick succession, Weghorst gets the ball out to Bodu. Bodu across field to Tau. Tau forward to that man's name. Larsson's there, he's hit the post, and Toivio can get it clear. 22 minutes, Van Overeem. Suntjens. Sure. Great effort, just wide of the post. This team's bunch of names I am really struggling with. I don't know if you've spotted that. Towel with a free kick. They're playing Fale Sacco as well. Suter is in there. Timmon's going to collect the ball. That is not Harry Suter, by the way, who's the Scottish player. Aguinaga gets it. He might be a Scottish player for all I know. Bullhalder to Toivio. Toivio, the centre-back, forward to Josh Anoma. Bullhalder. Toivio again, these three passing it around, lovely, making lovely football, but not going anywhere. Becerra over the halfway line to Iberguren, doesn't bother to challenge for it. Tau, Van Overeem. AZ Alkmaar bringing the ball into the area, crossed in, Bodu's there, just over the bar. We are lucky to be 2-1 to the good so far. Another highlight for AZ, 30 minutes, Bodu, tackled by Aguinaga, but they get the ball back, and Mats Suntjens with the goal. This is not the result that we wanted at all. I get the impression that neither team's defence are turning up for this one. Aguinaga's free kick, Larsson's there, Kasper Larsson hits the top of the bar. Could have been 3-2 just before half-time. Half-time, it is 2-2 then. I'd say we are very lucky. Aggressively, I'm not happy with your performance. Everybody looked fired up. I don't know whether that's a very good idea for a team talk, but I do it a lot, and sometimes it kind of works. 50 minutes in, Edis Iberguren has picked up an injury. What is wrong with you? I did notice it's a potential knee injury. I did notice earlier he had an injury, and I didn't bring him off for some reason. Right, what have I done there? Rusmir's coming on with his slight injury. Why? No, just display as a target man. That'll do. Hopefully, don't get injured as well, please. Highlight for AZ. Nabiu intercepts a throw on though. Bolhouder. Bolhouder to Nabiu. Where are you going? Bolhouder, little bit more space than he had before. Runs it across to the left. Through ball to Rusmir. Takes a touch, finds Aguinaga. Aguinaga's been tackled, but Timon can whip in the cross. Dino Hotic is at the back. Bizot with a television save. It's going to be a corner. Aguinaga to take it. The Ecuadorian out to Hotic. Controls it. Plays it back. No, he doesn't. Tries to play it into the area. Timon is going to collect the clearance. Just over the hour mark. I'm going to demand some more. See if it makes a difference. I'm tempted to bring off Toivio because he's not having a good game. 70 minutes in. I'm actually going to bring off Dino Hotic for Frank Dogboll. Because Dogbowl's not played too many so far this season, and he's pretty decent. I'm also going to bring on Bakuna for Anoma. That's our 3 subs, isn't it? Let's hope that Rusmir doesn't get himself injured now. Highlight for AZ. Bakuna tackles immediately. Garcia, St. Juens gets the ball. Van Eijden, Bakuna tackles again. St. Jens. Falay Sacco, former Groningen player. Larsen intercepts and clears. Carniero, can he hold the ball up long enough to get other players involved? Rusmir is one of them. Frank Dogboll is another. Frank Dogboll, what an introduction that could have been. Into the final 10 minutes, we are not really getting a lot of action, although Larsen has a free kick. Bakuna, forward to Carniero. Tries to play it across, but doesn't manage to do it. Bizot clears. Headed forward, controlled by Larsen actually. Back heel, Bakuna, Bolhalder, Rusmir, one-touch football all the time. Carniero can't get his ball through again. Bizot, first time clearance. This time, Larsen doesn't get it. Ball forward wasn't great though. Larsen's got it now. Toivio. Back to Becerra, over the halfway line towards Rusmir. Controls it, being tackled. This is back and forward football. Larsen collects it. Suter heads forward though. Larsen? It's not Larsen, it's Bolhalder. Bakuna, Carniero. Rusmir's not going to get it because he wasn't paying attention. Larsen heads forward again. Rusmir doesn't jump for it. Bolhalder. Someone get the flipping ball under control. Frank Dogboll. Rusmir's in the area. Go on, Marco. Marco Rusmir in the 83rd minute has finally managed to put us in front. Now, what do we do? Do I stick with what we're doing? I think we probably do. Maybe try and get a fourth. 3 minutes or so left to play. Carniero is going to win the header. Dogboll forward. Carniero's hopefully going to get there first. Yes, he does. High cross for Aguinaga. Heads it across goal. Cleared only as far as Bakuna. Forward to Dogboll. Bolhalder's there. Bolhalder's had a go. Just hit it wide. 5 minutes of injury time and we are not in it just yet. Timon. Back to Bolhalder. Forward. Rusmir's going to hopefully run onto it. He does. 2 players in the box. Dogboll's one. He's hit the bar. Dogboll doesn't close him down. I think we might have done it, you know. We are just about to pass the 95th minute mark. Bizot clears upfield. Bakuna tackles. They're trying to play it forward. The full-time whistle has gone. It's a 3-2 victory against AZ Alkmaar. We got there in the end. It is John Suter. He's actually the Scottish guy. His brother was the one I was on about. John Suter. Sure, I just got really distracted. Sorry, we won 3-2 against AZ. Ibergruen has bruised his knee. That's not an injury. Children have that injury. That result does mean that we are 6th place in the table. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to go forward. Now, this is going to sound really strange. I'd like us to be 7th because if Roda beat Ajax, that means Ajax are just 3 points ahead of us. So that's ideal if that's the case. Fine, they didn't. They lost 3-1. Right, league table then looks a bit like this on the right-hand side. We are 6th place in the table. We are 6 points off the top, which actually isn't too bad considering we've got a game in hand against Ajax. We've got 2 games in hand against NAC. So, if we win both of our games in hand, we will be 2nd. In theory. Although Feyenoord also have 2 games in hand, they will be running away with the league on 31 points if they win both their games. If Ajax win their game in hand, they'll be on 31 points. Right, if everyone wins all their games in hand, which I know is not possible, we'll be 3rd. Which is okay, I'll take 3rd for now. Next episode, we are going to have some Dutch Cup action with Vitesse in the 3rd round, and we're also going to have FC Emmen just at the end of December, and then we'll end up having the old winter break and the transfer window, and I'm not sure where we'll come back. Maybe even here in Ajax, possibly. That could be a thing. thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2018 with FC Groningen. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.